Okay, so ever get that, like, impatient feeling when you're waiting for a download to finish?
Oh, yeah, totally. Happens all the time.
Right. Like, come on, internet, I need this cat video stat. But seriously, what if I told you some researchers at UCL might have figured out a way to make buffering a thing of the past?
Really? That'd be amazing. What'd they find?
We're talking about some seriously next level wireless speeds, stuff that could make your current Wi-Fi feel like you're back in the Stone Age with dial-up.
No way. It's gonna be good, isn't it? Tell me more.
So get this, we're talking speeds that could download like a 2-hour 4K movie, super high definition, in the time it takes you to say download.
Seriously, that fast?
I'm not kidding. UCL's team hit this record-breaking speed of 938 gigabits per second.
900? Hold on. Wow, okay. That's like, I don't even know, way more than 1,000 times faster than what I get on my phone, right?
You're not wrong, my friend. It's actually over 9,000 times faster than your typical 5G speed.
Okay, you lost me at 9,000. My brain just, like, stopped working. How is that even possible? What's the secret sauce?
Well, think of it this way right now. Our wireless signals, they kind of get squeezed through a narrow range of radio frequencies, like trying to cram a whole orchestra through a doorway.
Yeah, okay, I can see how that would slow things down.
Exactly. So what these UCL folks did was figure out a way to use a much, much wider range of those frequencies, like widening the doorway for all that data to flow through.
Ah, so it's all about using those radio waves more efficiently.
Exactly. They're basically merging two existing technologies in this super clever way. High-speed electronics, which work great for lower frequencies, and then photonics.
Photonics, okay, you're gonna have to break that one down for me.
So photonics uses light, actual light, to generate radio signals. And it just so happens that light is amazing at handling those higher frequencies.
Interesting. So instead of just radio waves, they're using light too.
You got it.
Yeah.
They're combining the best of both worlds to transmit data at this crazy fast speed.
Okay, that's pretty cool, but let's talk practical here. What does this actually mean for, like, everyday life? Will this finally mean the end of buffering videos? Please tell me it's true.
That's the million-dollar question, right? Think about it this way. One of the biggest bottlenecks for our internet speed isn't actually the long distances the signal has to travel.
Hmm.
It's that last little stretch between, say, your router and your phone or laptop.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So this new technology could potentially eliminate that bottleneck completely. Faster, smoother Wi-Fi, even if you've got like a zillion devices all fighting for bandwidth.
Right, now you're talking. No more battling the smart fridge for internet dominance.
Yeah.
That's a future I can get behind.
Right. But it goes beyond just home Wi-Fi. Think about mobile internet. Remember we were talking about how 5G is around 100 megabits per second? This new tech could potentially boost that by, get this, over 9,000 times.
Hold on, 9,000 times faster. So we're talking about downloading like an entire season of a show on the go in seconds.
That's the kind of potential we're looking at, yeah.
Wow. And I bet this is huge for like industries that rely on having a crazy fast and reliable connection, right?
Absolutely. Imagine things like remote surgery, where doctors need real-time data without even a millisecond of lag.
Yeah, or even just like crowded places with a ton of devices trying to connect. Stadiums, airports, you know it.
Exactly. This tech could be a game changer in those kinds of situations. We're talking about making sure everyone has a strong, reliable connection, no matter where they are or how many devices are around.
So it's not just about speed, it's about fundamentally changing how we connect and communicate with each other. But how did they even, like, figure this out? What makes this breakthrough so different?
Well, it's wild, really. They've managed to overcome a limitation that's been plaguing wireless tech for ages. See, existing systems, your Wi-Fi, my Wi-Fi, they all operate on a pretty limited range of those radio frequencies, mostly below 6 gigahertz.
So back to that narrow doorway for all that data to squeeze through.
You got it. But the UCL team found a way to essentially widen that doorway. They're using a much broader range, spanning from 5 gigahertz all the way up to 150 gigahertz.
Wait, 150? That's insane. How'd they manage that?
They combine those high-speed electronics, good for lower frequencies, with the photonics we were talking about earlier, the light-based signals.
Ah, so they're basically using both cars and light beams on this data superhighway.
That's a great way to put it. They've basically created this system that can handle a much wider spectrum, and it's all thanks to that clever combination.
This is blowing my mind, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around how fast this actually is.
Need another real-world example.
Hit me with it.
All right, picture that 4K movie download we were talking about
The
earlier.
one that downloads in like a nanosecond.
Basically, let's say it's a 2-hour movie, which is roughly 14 gigabytes of data. On your current 100 megabits per second 5G, you'd be waiting about 19 minutes to watch that movie.
Which, let's be real, feels like an eternity when all you want to do is relax and watch something.
I feel you. But with this new technology, that entire movie could download in just 0.12 seconds.
Wait, hold on. Less than a second for a whole movie.
Less than a second. It's almost impossible to imagine. And it's not just movies either. It's any kind of data transfer you can think of. Downloads, uploads, everything.
Wow, okay. You weren't kidding when you said this is a game changer.
This has the potential to completely change how we interact with data. Imagine a world where file sizes and download times are just irrelevant.
That would be amazing. But there have to be some downsides, right? Like every superhero has their weakness. What are the challenges with this tech?
That's a great question, and one I'm sure the researchers are already tackling. One of the biggest challenges with transmitting data at such high frequencies is something called signal attenuation.
Attenuation. Is that like a technical term for internet gremlins messing with my signal?
Haha, not exactly gremlins. Basically, it means that when you're transmitting data at such high frequencies, the signal has a tendency to weaken more quickly over distance. Like, if you're trying to shout across a huge field, your voice isn't going to carry as far.
So the farther the signal travels, the weaker it gets. Makes sense.
Precisely. And that's something researchers are actively trying to solve. They're exploring different solutions, like using highly directional antennas that can focus the signal more precisely or powerful signal boosters that can amplify it along the way. So distance could be a factor, like beaming these super speeds across a whole city. What other hurdles are we looking at?
Well, cost is a big one. This is bleeding edge stuff, right? Rolling this out everywhere, it's not going to be cheap.
Yeah, new infrastructure, devices that can handle those speeds.
Exactly. Major investment needed. It's not like we'll be swapping our routers for this super speed version next week or anything.
So no instant upgrades for my Wi-Fi then?
Not quite. It'll take some time, for this tech to become like commercially viable, affordable for the average person. Remember when smartphones first came out?
Oh yeah, definitely. Crazy expensive back then.
Exactly. But as the tech got better, more people started using it, and the prices dropped.
Makes sense. So we might see a similar thing happen with this speed boost.
Most likely. It might be a few years before it's mainstream, but the potential is definitely there. In the meantime, we'll probably see it pop up in industries where those super fast speeds are super important and, budget isn't as much of an issue.
Which brings us back to those real-world applications. We were talking about remote surgery, which is just, wow, but what other industries could this change?
Oh, tons. Manufacturing, for one. Factories are getting more automated all the time.
Right, with interconnected systems, robots, all that.
Exactly. Those systems need to talk to each other instantly to keep things running. Any lag, and you've got costly downtime.
So this tech could keep those factories humming along.
Exactly. Maximum efficiency, fewer errors. Imagine factories working at incredible speeds, all perfectly in sync, thanks to wireless communication.
It's like a perfectly choreographed dance, but with data.
And it goes beyond manufacturing. Think about scientific research. Huge experiments generating mountains of data.
Which needs to be shared with researchers all over.
Exactly. This kind of speed boost could supercharge discoveries, medicine, physics, climate science, you name it.
So this isn't just about faster downloads, it's about potentially changing the world through faster science.
Exactly. And let's not forget entertainment. Imagine truly immersive VR experiences, streamed instantly, no lag, no buffering, or gaming that's so responsive, so lifelike, it's like you're actually there.
Okay, now that's a future I can get behind. But all these possibilities, there have to be some ethical things to consider, right? This level of speed and connectivity could have a huge impact on our lives.
Absolutely. Every big technological leap comes with ethical questions. Data security is a huge one. If we're talking about transmitting super sensitive information, medical records, financial data at these speeds, we need ironclad security.
So it can't just be fast, it has to be secure too. What about access? Will this tech be available to everyone, or will it end up widening the digital divide?
That's the million-dollar question. Like we discussed, cost will be a barrier at first. If we want this to benefit everyone, we need to address affordability, build out infrastructure, and improve digital literacy. Everyone deserves a chance to participate in this connected world.
It's like building a super fast highway, but not everyone can afford the tolls.
Exactly. And beyond access, we need to think about privacy. This level of connectivity, it also brings the potential for more surveillance, more data collection. We need strong privacy regulations to make sure this tech is used responsibly and ethically.
So this isn't just a tech challenge, it's a societal one too. We need to be ready for how this kind of speed could change things.
Definitely. Scientists, policymakers, industry leaders, everyday people, we all need to work together to make sure this tech is used for good.
It's a lot to consider, but also incredibly exciting. We've covered the potential benefits, the challenges, the industries that might be transformed, the ethical questions. But what about research itself? How might this discovery change the future of wireless innovation?
No, that's a great question to end on. You see, what I find most inspiring about all this isn't just the speed record itself, it's that it shows us what's possible. It's like breaking the sound barrier suddenly. A whole new world of possibilities opens up.
So this discovery is like the starting point for a whole new era of wireless tech.
Exactly. This speed record, it's not the finish line, it's like the starting blocks. It's got everyone thinking, what's next? How can we push the limits even further?
It's like opening a door to a whole new world of possibilities.
Right. Think about the impact on other fields. Like, imagine what this could mean for material science.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, to handle these super high frequencies, we might need to develop completely new materials.
Materials that can keep up with these speeds.
Exactly. And that could lead to even faster speeds, more efficient data transmission, all because of this one discovery.
Wow, so this one breakthrough could spark a wave of innovation across different fields.
Absolutely. And that's what's so amazing about all this, right? It's not just about one accomplishment. It's about the ripple effect, how it pushes the boundaries of knowledge in ways we haven't even thought of yet.
It shows how interconnected everything is: science, technology, it's all linked.
Exactly. A breakthrough in one area can completely transform another. That's why investing in fundamental research is so important, even if we don't see the practical applications right away.
It's about laying the groundwork for future discoveries.
Yes,
Yeah.
planting those seeds for something amazing. And this UCL breakthrough, that's a perfect example. It shows what we can achieve with human ingenuity, with pushing the boundaries of science, even when we're not sure what we'll find.
It's about daring to dream big, to see how far we can go. So we've talked about a lot today, from getting rid of buffering videos to potentially changing the world with this incredible speed. What part of all this has you most excited about the future of this technology?
For me, it's how this challenges our assumptions about what's possible with wireless communication. It reminds us that we're constantly learning, constantly discovering new ways to understand and harness the power of the universe.
It's like it's pushing the limits of what we thought we knew.
Exactly. This discovery opens up so many possibilities, from instantly sharing huge amounts of data for scientific breakthroughs to creating immersive experiences that blend the digital and physical worlds. It's a glimpse into a future where connectivity is limitless, where information flows seamlessly, effortlessly.
A future where our devices aren't holding us back, but are tools to connect and create in ways we never thought possible.
Exactly. It's about moving beyond the limits of wires and cables and into a world where information is always accessible, always available.
It's an incredible vision of the future, and it's exciting to think we're on the verge of something so groundbreaking. Well, that's our deep dive for today. We've explored this groundbreaking research from UCL, dug into the science behind this incredible speed boost, and talked about what it could mean for our future, both the good and the challenges. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the amazing possibilities of our ever-changing world.